let's talk about async await. Let's code some pizza. JavaScript is a language. Don't be scared of JavaScript. JavaScript is very flexible. JavaScript is your friend. It's not magic. Don't be scared of JavaScript. A bit complicated. Quite a bit complicated.
Next time we'll start making it a bit prettier.
The code you're seeing now is the classic way to do promises. So on top, I have delayed data, which is a promise which resolves after 1 second, passing an object with name as a key and Stefano as a value. And on the second part, I use the then catch pattern to see when this promise is fulfilled. Now, let's see how the async await changed the way this works. I can only use the await syntax inside an async function. So let's say const my function is equal to async of a function. Let's create a function my function, and data should be the result of the promise delay data. So I await for delay data, and if now console log data, and I need to call my function, I can see that it console log the actual data. And of course, I can use the destructuring to get the name directly. So I can say name here, and now I can just console log name, or I can use any other pattern because the await allows me to write pretty much how I'm used to write in a non-asynchronous JavaScript. I just need to remember to put await here. What happens if this is rejected or if the function throws, which is the same in case of promise? I will see an unhandled rejection. So it's saying that the promise was not handled by catch, but how do I put a catch here? Well, if you want to use a sync function instead of the catch function here, you have to wrap everything inside a try catch. And here I can get the error, and I can copy this same code because the two functions are identical now. And I can say, see, error with delayed data, and I get no message because there's no message in the rejection object. So it is an object, but it contains name. So in reality, since I'm rejecting with the name, I can do this, which is horrible. That's a way why when you catch and you want to use e.message is a good idea to check if message exists, because in case of promises it might not be an error which contains a message, but it might be a rejection, and unless you have a standard that says that every rejection have an object with a message, it might not work. You will see undefined. The important thing is this error should be very clear about where is it originated from. You are using catch, which is the same as the try catch for errors. So if I try to call name as a function, actually resolve this, so it will not throw at this point, but it will reach this line. And I try to run the code, you will see they get the error, name is not a function, which is the actual JavaScript error. So it's very similar, the two form. I think this one is slightly more readable. It's definitely what you tend to find in modern JavaScript, to the point that I met people that do not know how to write this one, which I think is a bit too much. There are advantages in both. And you can also mix them if you really want. So for example, you const name is equal to await of delayed data, dot then data, and return data, not name. So you can even do this weird mix, which I don't know why you want to do. I will console log name to show you that is exactly the same. But there are some cases, for example, with fetch, in which I find this kind of readable. For example, if I want to extract JSON. So it's a bit up to you. I think you should know both syntaxes, and you need to choose which one you want to use. Keep in mind, this is another very common interview question where they ask you to simulate an API call with a delay, and you need to come up with something like this. So put this into your memory. So let's close it now and let's code some pizza.